A very good morning, dear children. Welcome to the online class of mathematics. Hope you enjoy learning the lessons. I would like to tell you all a story first. Listen to it carefully. A story of a little boy named John. John was a senior KG student. He passed with good grades and got promoted to the first standard. And today is his first day at school. And you know what? John is unable to find his classroom. Let us all help John find the classroom. John goes to one of the classrooms and sees the letter I on the board. He reads the letter as I. He goes to the next classroom and sees the letters I. He gets confused and he moves ahead. Here he finds I, and I. Very much confused, he starts wondering what symbols these are. What do they mean? John is unable to understand these letters. Children, will you all explain John what these symbols are? Do you know what they are called? Yes, children. These symbols are all Roman numerals. In today's class, we are going to learn more about these Roman numerals and study the rules for writing down numbers using these numerals in the chapter 1, Roman Numerals. Children, tell me, where do we get to see Roman numerals? Is it mostly on clocks and watches? Yes, you find Roman numerals mostly on the clocks or watches. Now look at the clock here. This clock does not have numbers. It has some symbols instead. Symbols from 1 to 12. And these symbols are the Roman numerals. Where did this Roman numeral come from? They came from ancient Rome. People from Rome were called the Romans, and these Romans used capital letters to write numbers. That is why they were called Roman numerals. The letter I was the symbol used for 1. Letter V was used for the number 5, and letter X was used for the number 10. In Roman numeral, there are 7 symbols for counting numbers. Each letter of the Roman numeral stands for the number. And they are: the first symbol or the first letter I stands for the number 1. The second symbol or the second letter V stands for the number 5. The third letter, letter X, stands for the number 10. The fourth letter L stands for the number 50. The fifth symbol or the fifth letter C means the number 100. The sixth letter D means the number 500. And the last 7th symbol or the 7th letter M stands for the number 1000. There are certain rules for writing numbers using the Roman numeral. Let us see how to write numbers from 1 to 20 using rules and the symbols or letters I, V, and X. The first rule says, if either of the symbols I or X is written 2 or 3 times, their values are added up. Let us understand this rule better through example. We have the first example and the letter is I. I means the number 1. Let us see the second example. We have I and I. I, which means the number 1. Here I is 2 times. I is twice. That means we are going to add up the value of I twice, is equals to 1 plus 1, which gives us the answer 2. Third example, we have I, and I. The letter I is 3 times. So we are going to add up the value of I 3 times. 1 plus 1 plus 1 which equals to 3. In the fourth example, we have the letter X. X means the number 10. The last example, we have XX. The letter X is repeated twice, 2 times. So we are going to add up the value of X 2 times. So 10 plus 10 equals to 20. Let us move to rule 2. Rule 2 says, if a smaller number is written after a bigger number, then it is added. Let us have a look at examples. Example 1, we have V and I. V means the number 5 and I means the number 1. V, the number 5, is a bigger number, and I, which means the number 1, is a smaller number. The smaller number is written after a bigger number. So we have to add them up, which means 5 plus 1, which equals to 6. Then we have V, I and I. V is the number 5 and I is the number 1. So we have to add up the values of V and I together, equals to 5 plus 1 plus 1, which equals to 7. Then we have V, I and I, which means 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Your answer is 8. Then we have X and I. X means the number 10 and I means the number 1. X is the number 10, which is a bigger number, and I, which means the number 1, is a smaller number. The smaller number is written after a bigger number, so we have to add up. Is equals to 10 plus 1 equals to 11. Then XI, which equals to 10 plus 1 plus 1 equals to 12. Then XII equals to 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, and your answer is 13. There are few more examples of rule 2. Now we have X and V. X, which means the number 10, and V means the number 5. Here X, which means number 10, is a bigger number, and V, which means number 5, is a smaller number. The smaller number is written after a bigger number, so according to the rule we have to add up their values. Equals to 10 plus 5 equals to 15. Next example we have X, V and I. X means the number 10, V means the number 5 and I means the number 1. So we write down equals to 10 plus 5 plus 1 equals to 16. Then we have X, V, I equals to 10 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 equals to 17. The last example, X, V, I equals to 10 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. When you add up the numbers, your answer is 18. Okay children, so in today's class we studied rule 1 and rule 2. In the next class we are going to study the other two rules, rule 3 and rule 4. So we wind up the class for today. Kindly take note of today's homework. You have to draw a clock showing Roman numerals and a clock showing international numerals. This homework has to be done in your rough notebook. So thank you children. Have a good day.